Okay. Um. So today's 4:13. Really early in the morning. It's like 1:46 right now. It is John's birthday. Let me tell you guys about Homestuck. Last year, around this time, roughly around, I was dating this girl, and I really, really loved her a lot. Like, we were really close and stuff, and she was one of the best things that ever happened to me, basically. And we were talking one night, and she decided to tell me about this webcomic that she's been reading. And one of the things she told me about it was, you have to see this character named Carcat. I think he'd be a lot like you. And so I read up on Carcat, and just Carcat. Like, I didn't know any of the other characters at the time. I just read up on Carcat. And I was like, no, I really don't think Carcat. I think, if anything, I would definitely be more like Ganzi. And so I read more about Homestuck then. That's about the time that I started reading it, because I decided that I was most like Gamzee and that she was most like Carcat. And I skipped. I was like every other fan of Homestuck, really, almost every other fan. I skipped straight towards the trolls. I tried reading the first chapter and I was too easily bored with it, so I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm just gonna skip ahead to the trolls. So that's what I did. And shortly after that, the more I found out about the trolls, the more I realized, hey, they have some characters that I'm a lot like. And this is hitting me in the feels pretty fucking hard. So, from there, I read on. I was caught up around the time of, Seek the High Blood, which at the time, Aqueous was slowly becoming a favorite of mine. He was a secret favorite, and then that update happened, and when I saw what happened to him, he instantly, became my favorite fucking character of all of Homestuck. So many feels came from that fucking video, from that update in general. I cried. From there, I have a best friend, a Morale. She's my Morale. She didn't like Homestuck. Bad things have happened that she just didn't like Homestuck. So one day while I was sleeping over at her house, I showed her the update of Seek the High Blood. And I said, look, Nepeta looks like me. And this is Aqueous. And this would be like you. And she greatly disagreed. And I kind of agree with her now. She really is nothing like Aqueous. But, anyway, I decided one day, hey, I'm going to pay you to read Homestuck so that you can get into it. And so I paid her. And she actually read Homestuck and she liked it. And her favorite became Dave. And the more I got into Homestuck, the more I tried getting my friends into it. And not a lot of my friends wanted to get into it. Shortly after, shortly after that, I got a cosplay together to cosplay as John, Egbert, the main character of Homestuck. And I went to an anime convention near here in New Orleans called MechaCon. And it was me and my Morale and one of our friends. And the first thing me and my Morale said to each other is, no one here is going to cosplay Homestuck. Because in the couple of towns around us, no one reads Homestuck. It was only us. And it was so, we were so convinced that no one in Louisiana read Homestuck. And as soon as we walked through the door, there's this fucking Dave and his two sisters staring at us. And we're like, holy fuck, Homestucks. And from there, it was instant friends. These were instantly our friends. We just sat there, we walked to lunch together, and we had so much fun together. And we hung out with them mostly, and we would stop and find other cosplayers, and we'd just stop and take their pictures, and we'd freak out, and people would stop us and be like, hey, we want your pictures, because you're Dave and you're John, and you're our best friends, and that's awesome. And this next thing that I'm going to explain to you guys is actually kind of important and might actually make me get a little emotional about. There was this thing that they were having at the convention. It was like, I don't know, some like little meeting where they were explaining something about voice acting, and I didn't want to sit through it. I mean, I love voice acting, but I really didn't feel like sitting through that. I wanted to look at all the art that was going on around. And so I went out to the artist gallery, and there was still like a good few minutes or so, like 30 minutes maybe, of the meeting left. But my two friends walked out, and they were like, hey, you don't want to be in there, let's just go. And we walked out, and as soon as we walked out, we heard honking, and we heard, Dave! And we turned around, and there was these three people cosplay. We saw a Gamzee, another John, and a Dave. And I just instantly hugged this John. I was like, hey, you're John. We're wearing the same outfit. We're both Vriska Suit John. And then this girl who was also cosplaying Dave was hanging out with my morale, and then I was talking to the Gamzee, and we just all instantly became friends again. And they told us, they were like, hey, we're having a cosplay photo shoot tonight at 9. And so we decided, okay, let's go hurry up, get food, get what we need to get for tonight to eat before we have to go ride home after the Homestuck meeting. Well, no, we were going to have to ride home after the rave party, which was at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were going to have to drive from New Orleans to our house, which is like 2 or 3 hours away, after 2 o'clock. So by the time we would have like 2 hours of sleep before we'd have to drive back. We walked back into the con like at 8 o'clock, and we meet this car cat and this red glare, and we started freaking out because we were so happy that they were finding so many Homestucks. And we stopped and we talked to them for a little while, and we explained to them our situation, and they were like, no, come chill with us at our hotel room. Yeah, just come chill with us at our hotel room. So we went to the photo shoot, and there's just this huge fucking group of Homestucks, and they're all just sitting there in a circle, and they're all like, oh my gosh, yay, more Homestucks. And so we all go sit in the circle, and I just instantly opened up. Like, one of my worst things is that I'm so insecure about seeing people, about them hearing me talk, because every time I ever tried to make friends, they picked on me, and I didn't have any friends for a really long time. And I just sat there, and I opened up, and I was myself. And I sat there in the circle, and we all sang Octopimp songs, and we sang Homestuck songs. And I got up, and I took off my John jacket, and I threw it to the side, and I started singing Eridan's theme, and everyone was clapping and cheering for me. We had a Dead Dave pile. We sang How Do I Live Without You to the Con Air Bunny. We had a big John pile. We had Gamzee killing me. It was like just the best night of my life. We go back to their hotel room. We get hammered as fuck at this hotel room, and then they do my makeup, and I put on like this top and these really short jeans, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking Gamzee. I'm a female Gamzee without horns. And we go to the rave party. And after the rave party, we walk back. It's just me and the car cat and the red glare. We walk back to the hotel, and we just pass out. And the next morning, we wake up and we go back, and it's the same fucking people, except I'm Gamzee that time. And just everyone stopped us to take our pictures and to talk to us and say, like, oh my god, I love Homestuck. Yes, 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 yes. And the ride home, I got so sad. And let's fast forward to now, okay? The John that was just like me, that I met, luckily, that if we would have stayed to watch that meeting, I never would have met, is now my boyfriend, because he fell in love with me at first sight, as he said. My morale and me are doing the alpha and beta group for the next Homestuck meetup that we're doing at Louisiana. in short, I have the best friends ever. I have Chelsea, Clayton, I have Kelly, I have Shannon, I have Hannah, I have Justin, I have Maddie, I have Otter, I have Emily, Addie, Phil, Joe, I have Roland, I have Tiffany, I have Lila. I just have all these beautiful people in my life right now. And I just love them so much. They're my best friends. They're my other family. I spend so much time with them. I spend all my time with them. I open up to these people as if they've never known me before. I have Cassidy. I have all these. I have Savannah. I have all these people that I love and care about so much that I never want them to leave my life. And all I want to say is that Homestuck taught me that even when I've given up on all hope, even if red feelings aren't returned, even if it feels like nobody understands and everything is hard, that there's going to be people out there that love you for who you are. And there's people out there that feel the same way that you do. So you're not really alone. You just have to find those people. So I want to say that I want to thank I just want to thank Hussey for giving me and showing me that if I just open up and be myself, though there may be very little of them, there's people that love me and understand me and are there for me. I want to thank Maddie for showing me this webcomic and for allowing me to be her friend again. And I want to thank just everyone in Mecha Stuck for putting up with me and always being there for me no matter what. I want to thank Otter for showing me that gender is never something that you need to be judged on. I want to thank Hannah for showing me that no matter what it is that I want to do, I should just go for it. I want to thank Roland for showing me that just you don't have to be a girl to like certain couples or certain things. Clayton for showing me that I'm beautiful the way I am. Chelsea for being my best friend for so many years. Joe for teaching me all these big words and showing me that I can be smart and telling me how great of a voice actor I am. I want to thank Lila for showing me that I can do anything and that as long as I use my imagination, things will come to me. Emily and Addie for showing me that relationships can work if you work at it, regardless of the problems that happen with them. And most of all, I just want to thank Hussey for just making this comic and having characters there to show people that even though he hates these characters, some of these characters, that he still cares about us. And the shipping wars, these stupid shipping wars we all go through, all of our ships sinking, we have each other, and that's all that really should matter to this fandom. And all you fandom guys, I love you all. And even if I never met you, I want to meet you, and I want to be your friend. I don't care who you like or who you don't like in Homestuck. I don't care what you ship and what you don't ship. We're Homestucks and we have to stick together. And I just love you all.